In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you use the rotation tool in Adobe Illustrator. So if you look at your tool palette side by side, it's usually next to the type tool, but you'll see it as a little arrow that's drawing a circle for you, and that's called the rotate tool. And you can use the rotate tool to rotate graphics. And Adobe, in its wisdom, has more than one way to get from point A to point B, and so if you click on your object, you can float to the outside of it and it'll rotate it. Same thing with text. If you float to the outside, you can rotate it. But the rotation tool is also what we can sometimes use to create patterns as well. So again, I'll click on the rotation tool, and if I click, you'll see that it gives me this little kind of bullseye. That's where it's going to rotate it from, and so that I can then rotate the tool from wherever direction I want. But I can create patterns, which is what I have used the rotation tool for. So for example, I'm going to just draw me a rectangle. And I'm going to copy this rectangle. And I'm going to paste that rectangle in place so it's literally right up on top. And we'll change it to red so that we can see it. And then I'll click on the rotation tool, but I'm going to double click on the tool, and that you'll see that it allows me to rotate it, and I can rotate it at 90 degrees if I want. And so I'm going to select both of these guys. I'm going to copy them and paste them in place again. Double click on my rotation tool, and I'm going to put these at I don't know, 45, so we can kind of see what we're doing. And I can create these patterns. We'll go ahead and select all of this and just make it black now so we can see it. But that's how I can kind of create these patterns, by just selecting these objects, pasting them, and then I double click on my rotation tool and I punch in my angle, so that, and I can preview it, of course, that allows me to see how it's going to rotate. So like I said, we can rotate it physically with the move tool, or I can use the rotation tool and punch it in however I want to allow myself to rotate the objects this way as well. And that's how we use the rotation tool in Adobe Illustrator.